All right. Everyone, thanks for joining us this Saturday and using your weekend time to come and learn how to do Chinese dumplings in an authentic way. So just a little bit introduction of myself. My name is Tcheou and I am the executive team leader for Thermomix in the Bay Area, and I'm also a consultant. Today, I'm very happy to introduce two team members to you. They are the expert in dumplings. And one is Angie. Angie is live in the Bay Area, and she has been with us for a very long time, over 2 years. Angie, right? And we also have Cathy. Cathy is really an expert of making all sorts of Chinese, like bread or any kind of pancakes in Chinese. She makes a lot of authentic Chinese food. So if you wanted to know how to contact her, I will leave her information later in the chat room. Um, so Cassie and Angie will show you two different ways of making dumplings. Cassie will be more focused on the authentic way, but Angie, although she was not expert in making dumplings before Thermomix, but she learned the cheat, I would call it the cheat way. Which might be helpful for all of you if you never made dumplings before. It just make it easy and fast. Time is very important for us. So without further ado, I'm gonna present to you. I'm gonna transfer the camera to Angie to take us through. All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jay. Thank you, everyone. My name is Angie. Today, I'm going to present to you a very easy way of making dumpling doughs. So we have this cook I do recipe. Says steamed cabbage and pork dumpling has the dough recipe. So let's start. So it would tell you what to do. Just like me, I don't know. I don't want to think about it. You just tell me. So I will put 150 grams of water and make sure you tear off. But in this case, because of class, I already prepared the measurement. So I will just dump in. And next step, flowers. So I already weighed it, but usually I don't weigh it. I just scoop it in from my bag. So I will just put it in. Ooh. All right. So next, okay, 1 tablespoon of oil. So I use just regular vegetable oil. Usually 1 tablespoon oil is about 15 grams. So I would just put it in like this. If you like, you can just use a tablespoon and put it in, or use our scale. And then salt. It's 1/4, so it's about this much. The reason they put a salt to have the texture of chewing, and then put the cover, measure cup as it says to you, and then 2 minutes. Just turn. It's already set, so that's easy.
So Angie, there is a question from Tanya. That you may have met her before, but I'm not sure. But she's a consultant and used to be in our team as well. And she asked, can you use olive oil?
Yes. So next though, I'm going to use olive oil. So you can use the oil you like, but I don't like much canola, like strong flavor of oil, because um, my family, we don't like the dough to have a very strong flavor. So whatever your family like to put it, you could put it. Just like olive oil, canola oil, peanut oil, vegetable oil, whatever oil you have at home. So the Thermomix help you to make a dough fast. It's 2 minutes. Usually if you use a hand, I remember my grandmother, like from long time ago, she tried to make a dumpling every year, like before Chinese New Year. And she need for at least 30 minutes for a dough like this. So it takes time. Right now we have a new life. And this Thermomix really helped me because I never know how to cook, make a dumpling, but I love to eat dumplings. And these 2 years is amazing. And I learned how to, develop my own way of making dumpling faster.
Yeah. Somebody, Rosalind made a comment, say olive oil flavor might be too strong. So she prefers vegetable oil. That's what I use as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So right now, it will tell you that if the dough seems dry, then add a little bit more water, like a 10 gram or less than 10 gram. And in my case, I like it. This way I like it this way. It's just perfect. And you just scrape it down a little bit. And then press next. And it will tell you to need 1 more minute. Then you just turn. And meanwhile, for 1 minute, you probably could get your water, drink a little water, talk to your kids, or you want to do something. Yes.
Angie, we have a question from Stephanie.
Yes.
He asked, can we use gluten-free flour for this recipe?
I never tried, but I think you can gluten flour. Almond cookie, I mean almond flours. Maybe I never tried, but I think Jay, you did you try before?
I never tried gluten-free, but maybe we can come back to you because this dough is using all-purpose flour. So if you have all-purpose gluten-free flour, I know Thermomix has a recipe for that. Maybe you just need to adjust the water content to make sure it comes out to be that nice, consistent dough form.
So my friends, look at this dough.
Okay.
And the easy way to take out dough, you just flip over and turn the nut. That's the braid nut, and voila.
That's a really smart way of taking the dough out.
I would just make a circle, like a round dough, and all the dough need to be set it for at least 10 to 15 minutes in order for you to work like easily. So this is our Thermomix bowl. And I will cover with it, beautifully set for 10 to 15 minutes. And meanwhile, I'm going to make the other dough. It's a spinach. So I have already set. Actually, this spinach dough, colorful dough, actually we have in English version, but I've been using Chinese versions, so I will just tap in. And good thing about 2 bowls, you can use the other one. And today I'm going to make another one. It's a spinach flavor. So over here, there's 3 of them. I will go directly to spinach. So which is step 4. And I will just tap in. It will it will tell me what to do. So it tell me how to make a spinach juice. So I will put the spinach leaves. These kind of a baby leaves. Because my kids, they don't like spinach. So, and also my husband.
So the recipe that Angie is talking about is if you go to the Cook I Do and you don't read Chinese or you don't want to use translation tools like Google Chrome, you can just look at homemade pasta. And it's very similar to using that. The only thing I would warn you is the pasta needs to have more dry dough, but for dumplings you have to be a little bit wetter than than the homemade pasta.
That's right. So I put 200 of the leaves and then water. It's the same ratio. Then next, I'll put a cover and blend it for 1 minute.
It's Angie put on a mute because we are blending at high speed, so we want to give you a quiet background. Um, I just posted the pasta dough recipe there. That's in English. Don't worry, the recipe link will also be shared with you in an email after the class, no later than Monday.
So this is actually 30 minutes of blending, speed 10. It's already done. And you can just use it like this, or you can, if you don't like some leaves inside, you can just strain it. And in my case, I will just leave like this. And I'm going to do the next step. Use this juice to, okay. So it would tell me 500 grams of flour. So in this case, let me just show you. I tear off and I will just put it in the flour. Usually I would do that.
This is a very smart way of getting our family, especially kids, to eat some vegetables.
Definitely. And if your kids don't like carrots, then you use carrots to make put a water and then make a juice, and then they won't notice. Actually, you made it like so colorful, they will love it, and ask them to play with it. Okay, the juice. So 240. Okay. And then, in this case, they will tell you to put 10 grams of olive oil.
I think because the oil amount is very small, so even if you use a strong flavor olive oil, you wouldn't taste that in the final dumplings, right?
Yes, that's right. I use, actually, I don't know why, but every time I make a white dough, I will use vegetable oil. Spinach dough, I will use olive oil.
Yeah, does
I
the
will
dumpling?
follow.
Yeah, while you're working, I'm gonna ask you a question, Angie. Are you doing the mixing right now?
Yes, I'm doing the mixing right now. 30 seconds, and mix the spinach juice with flour.
Okay. Do you think the dumplings will taste a lot like spinach or carrots, or does it alter the flavor of the dumpling a lot?
Actually, no, you don't taste at all.
Okay.
All right, so it will mix first. Will be like this. So you scrub it down a little bit.
Almost like a matcha color.
You're right. All right, so it will ask you to put a little bit of salt, half teaspoon. And then next, you cover and knead.
How many minutes of kneading?
Kneading is 2 minutes, but in my case, I will use 2 minutes, and then I will open up to take a look how's condition. Usually I will use 3 minutes. So in this case, when the dough you take it out, you don't have to knead too much.
Okay.
Easier to work with it. So yeah, actually spinach dough, after you put in the, make a dough, and you made it with a dumpling, wrap it up with the fillings. You don't smell or you don't taste anything of like a spinach kind of a flavor. Even my son thought it's just color, food color. So yeah, it tastes really good.
It's like a Play-Doh for the kids, so the kids can play with it.
That's right.
So
That's
when you
right.
have two different color of the dumpling dough, Angie, tell us what you plan to do with them. I know that we have to wait a little bit for the dough to be ready to be used, but give us a little bit of hint what you plan to do with it.
So in my case, I will put you flatten one of the spinach dough like into rectangle, and I will take a little piece of white dough, roundish, put it in the middle and roll up, and then I cut it so face up. So you will see out layer it's green, inside is white, and you press down. In my case, I will use noodle maker, pasta maker to make a red dumpling red skin.
Okay, that's
Yes.
great. So let's take a look at your how do you like the form?
Form is perfect. Then I
Okay.
would use 1 more minute to knead the dough. So when I take it out, I don't have to work so much.
Fer has a question about if we don't have pasta maker, can we just use a rolling pin?
Yes, so Cathy is going to teach you how to do it. I'm not expert on that. I find out because in the beginning I used the pin to work with it, and for 40 dumpling takes like 2 hours, and everyone was complaining your dough is too thick. So in order to make everyone happy in my family, so I tried to think of all the ways. So one time, Cathy showed us how to make a red in the machine, and then I realized that, oh, I saw Cathy did that. Let me try. So I tried with the white dough, and I also tried with the both like a colorful ones. and it looks really nice. And
Yeah.
everyone, no more complaining.
It's a lot faster, and it's not authentic way of making Chinese dumpling wraps, but it does help us to save some time.
Yes.
All right, let's see what you have.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
So let
so
me.
you're gonna do the dough while we're gonna switch the camera to Cassie because the rest of it is pretty similar to the regular white dough. So we're gonna switch it over to Cassie to make the filling, okay? Thank you, Angie. We'll come back to you later because you need some
All right.
time, right? Yeah, okay.
Hi, this is Cathy. I love to play the doughs. You know, when you know the doughs, you can make a lot of different kind of like a bread, a pancake, you know, the ball in the. So you know you know more. You will feel more successful. And we are Thermomix help you kneading the dough, like Angie just showed you, save a lot of energy. And right now we do the dumplings inside. I already put the recipe in my today's menu. This is steamed cabbage and pork dumpling. So let's start it. Okay, one thing, let's see. We go started. We can skip some, you know, we go the details because like 1, 2, 3 is all for making the dough. Angie already made it. So sorry. Let me see here. So we go to this one, third parts, filling the dumplings. Okay. Let's here have like cabbage. I just cut like a big piece. So this I tear it 400. Put 400 inside. So usually, if we make the cabbage dumpling, when we cut this, at least it will take you 20 minutes because you want very small. Okay, and we put this up. Okay, next step, 1 teaspoon salt because we need to make. They have a lot of water in the cabbage, so we make some salt inside. And one thing, okay, next step, we put the spatula inside to help to mix, okay? And the speed go to the 4. So you can just grab this. And you can stop anytime. Let me stop. You can check if the condition is what you want. Some people like is more small. Some people like they have a little choice. Let's see. It's just 11 seconds. As for me, I think this is perfect. I don't want it too small. So this is okay. So this you can adjust. You can stop anytime. Okay, and sorry, let me put this aside. This is our basket. So we put the cabbage inside to drain the water. Because especially for the first time to make dumpling, you don't want your inside is too watery. If too watery, it's so hard to the beginner to wrap the dumpling because it's so soft. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so because we put some salt, you see the water already come out, right? So we go to the next step. Okay, we teach you put the steamer basket and set inside aside, right? Okay, and next, this is 350 gram pork meat. This one, the pork, is I use the Thermomix to make the pork meats. So this is you know, when you
You ground it by Thermomix already. You pre-grounded them.
yeah.
Okay. So anyone who does not know how to ground your own pork, you can go to the Cook I Do and search ground meat, and then you will find the recipe, or I can find it for you.
Okay, I put a little bit more because I put some shrimp inside. I like some, you know, the pork and the shrimp together. Okay, so next step is 30 gram water. You know, for me, I will be a little bit change this one because I will put the ginger and the green onion and use water to make like a juice. Why put the ginger and green onion? They will be make the meat. They have some not good taste. So when you put this one, the meat tastes very good. But some people, they don't like that case. They don't like some ginger inside or onion inside. You can use the hot water to sink the green onion and the ginger and just use the water. That is fine. Yeah.
So a lot of people do not eat pork, I understand. So
you can change.
You can definitely substitute the pork with chicken, with you know, like shrimp or beef. Yeah, the same recipe. The ground meat can grind beef and other protein of your choice. So just read the tips in the grind meat recipe, and they gave you all kinds of instructions.
Yeah. So next step, told you put 20 gram soy sauce. Okay. And next one is rice one. I put shaki and blend. And next is half teaspoon sugar. I put all together. Salt, half teaspoon salt, and black pepper, and okay. So this one all is the ingredients I put here. And one more ingredient I put in is the spice. I like the 5 spice inside, so I put a half teaspoon 5 spice. Okay, and this is sesame oil. Put on. This is 15. Exactly 15 is 1 tablespoon. Next one. Put the cap on.
And Cassie, what's in the white bowl? I saw there seems like an egg. Do you put egg in there?
Yes. You will see. I put together. So 2 minutes. Put it on. I add 1 egg.
In fact, the recipe does not need the egg if you follow it, but for Chinese, we always like to put the egg. That's what I do as well. It just gives it more stickiness to the filling. And for those who do not eat pork, Cassie has a secret fish filling dumpling recipe. So I will translate for you. It's not shown here. We had a Chinese dumpling cooking class. Cassie, you go ahead. I'm just being in the background.
A little bit oyster sauce.
Oyster sauce. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Sauce. This is not in the menu, but I like to put some oyster sauce inside.
Yeah, and then so we had the Chinese cooking class for the dumplings, and in that class, Cassie showed us her secret recipe for using fish, shrimp, and a few vegetables to mix it. It was really good.
No.
Yes, I agree. Oyster sauce makes everything better.
I don't use the 2 minutes because I think 2 minutes is too long. So I only use maybe just 60 seconds.
Okay.
How many water here? So we drop this water and also use the spatula. You can just push down to get more water down. You can see the water.
It's almost like a drainer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
Yeah.
we don't want the inside is too watery. And like I told you, if too watery, it's so hard to wrap in the dumpling. Okay.
It is very important to use spatula to get rid of the excess water in the cabbage, because cabbage contains a lot of water. If you don't do that step right now, your fillings becoming too wet. It's almost impossible to put them inside of your dough wrap, or when you boil them or when you cook them, they become a mess for you. So this is a very important step. You have to do that, and then using the simmering basket is really, really very easy.
Yeah, and also when this put the water already okay, I put a little bit oil on the vegetable.
Oh, why is that?
Because the oil will be help the vegetable close the water. So when they put in the meat, they won't come out more water in the
So it's blocking the moisture of the cabbage inside, not to be too wet, right, in the filling. Okay, that's a good tip.
So what's next is we're going to see. Yeah, you can see the meat. They all mix well together. Mix very well. Okay. So I think this is enough. And we told you squeeze the excess moisture out of cabbage by pressing this mixing basket. Okay, we put this inside. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, just 6 seconds to mix.
So Cassie, I saw you are using the reverse function, right?
Yes, the automatic setup reverse.
Okay, great. Because you don't want to chop them down any further. You want it just to mix them.
Yes. So I think, yeah, it's perfect. You can see it's not watering, it's not too soft, but also
Sure.
not too hard. Why
Yeah.
put the egg and the water? One more thing is when you eat, the meat is very tender. If you don't put the egg and the water, the pork will be so hard when you eat it.
Yeah, so it's very important not to, it's different when you use different protein like shrimp and the fish, but with pork, it's very important to add that egg. So with given the time, while Cassie is getting the fillings out in a bowl, we always like serving bowl. And if you don't know how to earn the serving bowl because you can't buy it, contact your consultant to schedule the cooking experience, one of the host gift we offer right now. But in the meantime, I'm gonna switch the camera to Angie, and Angie will show us how to make the wraps.
Hi, I'm back. So look at this dough. So comfortable to just touch it, right? All right.
And Angie, you have to rest your dough for like 15-20 minutes before you work with it, right?
Yes, usually 10 to 15 minutes is good. But
Okay.
if you have less water, which is a dark, like a really hard, then you because some people they don't like to put it too soft. They like a chewing kind of a texture, so they will put less water. So in that case, you will rest a little bit longer. But in my case, this white dough is just perfect for my taste. And then 10 to 15 minutes is perfect time that you can work with it. So I would just make a roundish. So I don't like this. Cathy is expert, so I don't know how to make it very long. So the easy way for me is a round. So I will cut it with my spatula, and I will divide into four of them.
4 equal parts. Okay.
That's right. So I would just cut it like this. And remember to put it back so it won't get dry.
I really like your serving bowl. You use it very well.
I do. So I just make long. And usually like a dough, I measure, it's about 8 grams each one. So if you don't know how much is 8 grams, use Thermomix scale. They will tell you, all right? So I will cut off.
So 8 to 10 grams, right?
That's right.
I think for beginners, you may want to go with 10 instead of 8. As you work better, if the wrap is very, very small, it does take a little bit skill to do it right. So try that. And then I saw that, Angie, you have a nice dough mat. Is that a Thermomix branded dough mat?
Yes, and it's not for buying. Not for
Okay,
sale.
so how do you get it?
Because I'm a Thermomix consultant, then I will get it. But if you want to know more detail, ask your consultant for more detail, and then she or he will explain to you how to get it.
Oh, great. Thermomix consultant does get a lot of goodies, free goodies. I love goodies.
I know. So
Yeah.
you cut off the doughs and you pressed, and make sure to dust it because you don't want to glue it. Dust two sides, okay? Then, it's easy way to make it. I will put it a level, the pasta maker, and I will put a level 5.
Level 5.
And, yes. So right now it's oval, right? Come out, level 5 is the oval. And I will turn to level 4. And this way now. Ta-ta!
Wow, it's perfectly round shaped. That's what we want, right?
Can be better. And look at the lid, like thickness.
It's very consistent.
Yes, and it better way yet. I found out every time I have to change the level, it's so hard. So what did I do was I will make like a 10 at a time and scoop down and one. Whoopsie. Okay. I make like 5 or 10 all at once. Then I change the level and make the other side. Here. And then I change the level to 4. Here we go.
Well, that's a very easy and fast way. We all like to cheat a little bit. Now let's look at Cathy to see how Cathy does it authentic way. Because there is a reason why we do it differently. Sometimes you don't have a pasta maker. Sometimes you do only have the rolling pin. So if you, it's one way or the other. Let's switch the camera to Cathy. I'll put both of them in the spotlight. So if you want to see both of them working, we can do that. Just let me do that. Cathy, take it over.
Okay. When you make the little dough like this, and one simple way is you just put down and use the rolling, just okay, make the longer like this shape and like this shape. Okay, just two, one direction one time. It already is wrong, right? But this one, the all is the same. You know, like when we do dumpling, we need the middle is thicker, and
The sides.
the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you do like this one, you just put down. You use the rolling pins. Don't pass the middle. Only the side. Like this. Only the side. 1, 2,
The edge.
3, 4, 5. Then down. Okay, so the inside is thicker and the outside is thin. So,
Yeah, the edge is thinner because you need to fold them. So because you fold them, they double. So technically speaking, the authentic way, the edges should be half of the thickness of the middle, so that it will, when you eat it, it become consistent.
That's right. So I show you one time. Just put this one down and use the rolling. One direction one time, another direction one time. Then make the circle. And you can use your thumb, put on the middle, so your rolling pins won't pass the middle. Okay, like this position. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it's okay. It's done. So it's not hard. Like for me, usually I'm doing that same thing. I put the thumb on the middle, okay, and just to make 1, 10, 1, just to make circle. Then make like 8 or 9 times is okay. So this is more, you can see the middle is so hard, right? And the outside is very thin. Yeah. So you get it? Like make the Chinese ball also like this. Just put the hands on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then it's okay. It's done.
Great, thank you, Cathy. It looks so easy when you do it. That's what Elder says. So, Angie, show
the dough is very perfect. It's not too soft. Also, it's not too hard. So when you do this, it's very easy.
Sure. Angie, show us how you do it, because I also need to go to my station to start making some of the folding. So I will let Angie take it over. I'll keep both of them on the camera for now.
All right, friends. Right now, let's do some 2-color dumpling red. So I already cut off a little piece just like that. So just second. Okay, little piece just like that. And of course, put it back. And I will just flatten a little bit. And usually you will use a rolling pin to flat out and make a rectangle. But in my case, you know me, I will put a level 7, which is the thickest part. And I will roll down. It's okay if it doesn't look good, because later we're going to make a each little one's flattened, will the color and the shape and the smoothness will make it will be better. And then the shape it's like that, it's okay. And I will take little part. Just like this. And shape out a little bit. And I just put it in the middle. And I just roll it in. So it looks like this. And it just rolled out. In my case, you know me, I don't know how to make like so perfect wrap like a Cathy. So I have to use it easy way. And I cut off. Don't worry about shape or, oh, doesn't look good. It's okay, because once you use level 5 and a level 4, it will look good. And then this is the edge. So look, let me put a level 5. Voila. And I will put a level 4. And you can go twice. And if the edge you don't like it, fold in, go through again. Look. And there's 2 colors. So
That's beautiful.
Whatever you like it, you can put a more green, less white though, or more white though, less green though. Let your kids play with it. Even I love to play with it.
Thank you, Angie. And so Cathy, can you show us also, I don't know if you can see both of them on the screen, but we have an easy way to just close it up. I mean, it doesn't matter what shape you have, but the important part is that you cannot leave any gaps, because otherwise when you boil the dumplings, the filling will come out. The most important part foremost is the taste. Then we can talk about the shape and the artistic form of the dumplings.
Okay. Okay, let me finish this first. I very simple one how to close the dumpling. Like I use one wrap, right? I put this inside. Usually when you put this, you use the like spatula. It's a little bit pushed down. Don't let the push down is very easy to close. So you can just fold like this. So this you already put close, right? And this side you can just like make this edge together. And
Cathy, can you get closer to the camera? So I think it's very hard for us to see exactly what you're doing. Yeah, great.
Yeah, it's just the fold, the fold together, right? And put this close, and this side, and just put together, and make this just a little bit fold, and another fold. Okay, you can see here like a little bit like folding line on here, and also this one, put this together and this together, and another one. Then this is very simple one. So make sure this all the side no any meat. If you have any meat on the side, they won't close. When you put in the water, they will be open. So when you do the, I do another one. When you do the, put the filling in, very important is avoid any meat go to the side. See, the meat is in the middle. Don't put any meat aside. If side have meat, they won't be broken. Okay, so this, when you close, you just close to the flour together. No any meat. You can do like this, okay? I'll put this together. This is another way to folding. Okay, this all put together, right? But this one, they won't stand. They just like this. So you use your hands, like a thumb and this finger and this one, and just close, like this close, and you can see. They can. This called the Beijing spot. They can stand up.
Cathy, question from Alda. You use about 10 grams of the dough. How much filling do you have in the dough roughly? Do you know? I know you don't measure, but
I don't measure. You know, usually people said if like for family, we want to put more inside, right? You can taste more. Flour is less and meat is more. Taste better, but too much. If you cannot close very well, they will come out. So just depend how you're comfortable to put in. If you put in when you're close, you say, "Oh, I cannot close it." You take some out, especially for beginning.
Yeah.
From the
yeah, Cathy, that's a very good advice. Actually, while you are talking, I just did the measurement for Alda. So my dough is about 8 grams. I put 8 grams of fillings inside and it's coming out perfect. So it's about 1-to-1. But if you are a beginner, you may want to start with less. So you want to make sure you get it done right. And then I know I put my Thermomix aside, so I'm not using a scale. But I wanted you to see my workstation. I know I'm not. Let me just. I don't know if you can see me. I'll just spotlight for you for myself. So I wanted you to see that I put my Thermomix in the back so I can get you a close-up look. So I do the fillings this way. I do it. So this might be slightly less than 1-to-1 portion. So if I'm very skillful, I'll put more because it tastes better. However, if I am a beginner, I want to put slightly less fillings than the weight of the dough. And then the way I fold it is I put usually in the middle, I just get it closed up. And on the sides, I do the, one fold this way and another one. And then on the left side, I'll also do one and another one. So it's each side 2, and it becomes this shape. So there's many different ways to fold it. I know Cathy is really an expert to do it more like a braid. So I may have missed some. Let me show it to Cathy. So Cathy, let me just get you to do the spotlight. Go ahead, Cathy.
Okay. This is braid. Braid, usually we do this is for the steam bowl because the skin is very thin and inside you can put more. So it's like leaf, like this one. I teach you how to do this. Like my dough, when I cut dough like this, so when you cut, it's not circle. So you just hold this and
can you get closer, Cathy? I don't think we can see very clearly because we don't want to miss anything.
I know Jie can use hand to make each dough, but me is cut. So when you cut it, it's like this shape, right? It's not circle. So I just use hand to make this in, and you press, then will be circle. Okay, it's like this. Just to make a little bit this and put down. Oops, it's circle. Yeah, and also I will teach. Some people said, "Oh, my dumplings easy to broken." I teach you one trick. Use this one. When your water is boiling, and put the dumpling in here first. Put the 6 and put in the boiling water. When the skin is a little bit hard, then you put the dumpling in the water and you put another one on there. It's not direct to put in the hot boiling water. So this one will be when you make like a big pot, you can make 40 with no problem. Yeah.
I'm ready to cook. So
Yeah,
okay, here in the Thermomix recipe, we have this 煮水饺. That means you boil the dumplings. So we can just fill it up 1,800 grams, fill it up to the level, and put your similar basket. And in this case, you won't the braid won't touch the dumpling, won't break it. And as soon as the water boiled, you can just put it in through the hole. And it's about 4 to 5 minutes if you just made a fresh dumpling. If the frozen, up to 6 to 8 minutes. Let's do it.
So
I already boiled it.
I see that Angie is very smart of using the holding piece for the serving bowl as as a way. So do you need to prep your plate anyway? Like, do you put more flour to make sure it does not stick, or do you put oil?
In the plate, I would just dust the flour underneath the dumpling. So just tap on the
oil.
And no, I don't put the oil here. But if you want to steam it, the steam lid cover, tray, you will put a little bit of oil on it. I will use like a kitchen towel and put a little bit of oil, and then you just swipe it so it won't grow. Even though it's steamed dumpling or steamed bun, it won't grow on it. Easy to take
So
it
it wouldn't
out.
stick. But Angie, can you use blade cover instead of the simmering basket?
Tata, yes, you can. Yes, you can put it in. And but usually we have another consultant. She told me you don't need to put it. And because the break speed, the water, the twist won't break the dumpling. So I tried, actually works, and none of the dumpling was breaking. So yeah, either way.
So without the simmering basket, just make sure that without the simmering basket, without the blade cover, you can still boil your dumplings inside of your mixing bowl, and none of the dumplings was broken, right?
That's right.
Okay, that's good tip. And the other question I saw is, what's the difference between steamed dumplings versus boiled dumplings in terms of flavor, texture, or time? Maybe I can switch that to Cathy. Cathy, can you cover this question?
What's the difference for the steam? First, let me finish this one. You saw I already put in my dumpling in the aroma. So we have this one. We are going to steam. Okay. 500 gram water, and I put in steam. You know, I already boiling this water, so I don't need so too 20 minutes, maybe like 11 is fine. Okay. So this just started. So 11 minutes, my steam dumpling is okay. You know, for the Chinese, they have steam dumpling and the boiling dumpling. And boiling dumpling is more traditional for, usually we eat the more often is a boiling dumpling. But the steam, I don't know, the Thermomix use this recipe. I will try, but for me, I usually put some the egg white inside because steam dumpling actually is easy to broken too. You know, depend you when you steam longer, or you close not very well, also will be broken. But the is more can taste the water inside if not broken. Like we go to the Guangshi, the Cantonese the restaurant, they have the steam bao. It's very thin, and the inside is a lot of juice. It's kind of different the dumpling, the steam and the boiling. Yeah.
So Cassie, if I hear it correctly, so when you make a steamed dumplings, you would add in the dough an egg white.
Yes.
To help you make the steamed dumplings taste better and also in better form,
and
right?
Also make the skin is more thin.
I see. So you can get the dough wrap thinner by doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that's not a, thank you very much for that. And now we are already 1 hour into our cooking class. I'm just gonna open up the Zoom for any questions. So if you have a question that's not being addressed yet, you can unmute and ask our presenters. So if you have a
Cathy,
question, that's, yeah,
yes,
go ahead.
Jay. Cathy, this is Fernanda. Can you please show me? I would love to see how you close with that technique that it's like so pretty, like looks like a braid or like a leaf. Would you mind doing one close
sure.
to the camera so we can see that, please? Thank you.
Okay. Let me
come closer to the camera too, so we'll see the close up.
Okay. So I'm very like to play the dough. So this when you first do this, don't put too much. So the camera is also the inside. Don't put any meat on here because this is the very important. We need to use this to close. So I use the hands to push this little bit, like the one side, and here it's close, and this finger makes it close. So we are close here, right? And the push, always one push on the front, then push. Okay. Like me, you sometimes if you think, usually I don't want my finger touch the meat, but sometimes you think this is too much, the meat I cannot close, you can stretch a little bit the skin, okay, or you can take some off. Remember, only the skin, don't touch the skin edge, don't touch the meat. Okay. So.
Is it okay? Can everybody see that? I will show you if you are doing the practice. This is a good way to practice. because a lot of time when you have the real filling, you find it's very easy to mess up. So when I do practice, what I do is I put a wrap that's already formed into the round shape, and I do another wrap, that's a dough that's in, don't use the real filling, use the dough to practice. So what you do is you put another piece of dough inside the wrap, and you practice with it. And then that way you don't waste any food, you just practice by doing like this and that, you can see. And then you can just do it this way, the braid. Okay, one side. I don't know if this helps you. And then you do that, you close it up. That way you can do it over and over again until you're confident about the, you look at it and you say, oh, I really like it. You can get the long one and then twist a little bit to give it that shape. And say if you mess it up, you don't like the shape, you can just do it again, cut into 2 pieces, and one become the wrap, the other one become the filling. This is how we practice.
That's great idea.
Thank you, Jay and Kathy. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, and also when you hold this, you hold only very tiny for the edge. Don't put this, inside, just one very, very tiny the edge close together. Yeah, so this need a little bit practice. Yeah. Okay.
So if you want, I have a small short video, almost like only a minute, with a close-up look of how to make that braid dumplings. And I can send it to all the consultants. You can then forward to your customers. And also thank you everyone. If there's any more questions that's not being answered, do let us know directly, or I will give you all my contact information in the email that you will receive by Monday. With the Chinese New Year coming, that is this year on February 12th. And that happens to be my husband's birthday as well. So now you know which day is his birthday. I encourage you to all give it a try, because unless you try and practice, it's not yours. So once you try and practice, then you really learn. And it's by practice you get it better and better. And I hope you enjoyed this class, and thank you very much for your participation, a lot of questions. And I look forward to seeing your food photos, dumpling photos. Please do share that with all of us, okay? And I just wanna, again, wish you a great year of Ox in 2021. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cathy and Angie.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
我的煮好啦，
我的还没蒸好呢。
我家里已经有2个人。
I think Angie wants to do an after class showing. Let me just close the